everybody doing out there? We only have 2 viewers right now, which that's fine. The reason I came on here is because I wanted to point out some situations of what's going on here. And hang on a minute, let me make sure everything's working. Point out some situations. Okay. So a lot of people what they're doing now is they are having a body shop do all the body work. And then what they'll do is they'll get their car back from, there's a lot of people out there, they don't know how to do body work. They don't know how to do it properly, and they're afraid to dig in and do it, and they'd rather pay somebody to do the body work. And then they can come back and paint the car to their liking. And they think they're saving a lot of money doing that. And, it gives them the satisfaction that they actually did it. And does anybody understand what I'm about here? So what we're looking at is a quarter panel on a classic car. It really doesn't matter what kind of car it is. And you can see that I've done all the body work and I'm starting to block it out. I went ahead and put my guide coat on it. But this is what caught my interest is I had a guy talk to me on the phone, and he said, I just got my car back from the body shop. And I looked at it, he sent me pictures, and it had a very thick coat of guide coat on it, kind of like what you see here, a little bit thicker. And I told him, I said, when a body shop gives your car back to you with guide coat on it like that, what they're doing is they basically roughed the bodywork in. They didn't do the bodywork 100% thoroughly where it's paint ready. And what they're doing is they're putting a guide coat on there to hide the extra damage that might be found on the vehicle when you start blocking it out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera. And I want to show you what we're talking about here, because I didn't have the body work done on this. I'm doing the body work myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like that. And then we're going to come over here. And you can see right here where there was a dent that I missed. So I'm fixing this dent on this fender lip right here. A very small imperfection, but if you paint the car, you will see it. Another problem that we had was right here. And if you look real close, I didn't strip this car to bare metal. This car has a lot of Bondo in it. It's already been painted twice. It's got body work done to it. And if I would have stripped this car to bare metal and had to do all the body work over, it would have cost the owner thousands of dollars. So we came to the agreement of not stripping it down and basically cleaning all the body work up. And then, of course, priming it, blocking it, repriming it, and painting it. So right here in this area, you can see where there's a dent on the top of this body line. And when you're working on these cars that have these sharp body lines, here's one right here. And if you look down this body line right here, you're going to see where there's a hump right there. Do you see that? Now, the reason there's a hump on this one is because I didn't really block sand it all the way down yet. If I take my block sander and go across it, you're going to see that it straightens that body line out. So the body line is good up here. You can also see there's some deep scratches right there. That's because there's probably body work there. Let's go ahead and lightly sand it. And look what we just found underneath that primer. That's body work. So when you get a car like this that's got a lot of these body lines, it's got all these molds and everything, it's very, very hard to get those body lines perfectly straight unless you know what you're doing. And a lot of body shops will go ahead and do the body work to your car, and then they'll put 2 coats of primer, probably the cheapest primer that they can afford. It's not the most expensive, I can tell you that. And then they'll come back and they will go ahead and put a very thick coat of guide coat on it and say, your car's done, come pick it up, it's ready to go. So when that happens, what that is doing, they took your money, you get a lot of money to do the job, and then they throw guide coat on it after they only rough the bodywork in. That's all they did is rough it in. They didn't put the bodywork on there the way it was supposed to be done as a finished paint-ready product. There's dings and dents left over, and it's up to you to find all those dings and dents to get the body line straight and the panels in good condition. So when you look down it like this, after it's painted, they're nice and straight and they're not all wavy. Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense? I ask. I don't even know if we're getting, do we got a good connection here? I'm out in my shop working today. Let's go ahead and put this back on here. And give me a thumbs up if you got good connection. You guys can hear me talking, this, that, and the other, because I don't know if I have a good connection or not. This is why I don't do live videos out here. This is the reason why. It's because I'm paying $175 a month for this fucking internet, and it doesn't fucking work. Does that make sense? Huh? So I got up early this morning and I said, I want to get this car painted. And I'm telling myself, I want to get it painted. I got to get up there. I got to get on it. I got to get it done. Today's Sunday. Sunday is today. So let's see. Okay, so we are back. Thank you, Lewis. It's working now. Internet is a fed up piece of bullshit fucking junk. Good. Let me go ahead and reframe what I was just saying. Okay, so now that we're hooked back up, what I'm trying to say here is, if you are that guy that wants somebody else to do the body work for you and put it in primer, and it's supposed to be paint ready, meaning all I got to do is block sand it and paint it, you better know your P's and Q's and you better know what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and recap what we were talking about, because I don't know if we were hooked up or not. And what I'm talking about is a guide coat. I'm talking about letting somebody else do the body work on your car. I'm talking about spending a lot of money, giving another person a lot of money to do the job, and then they do a half-assed job and basically rough the body work in, and it is not paint ready. Now you see that there's a guide coat on here. And then I'm going to come over here and get my camera because, like I said, I don't know, when we lost each other. I'm going to go ahead and take the camera right here. And you can see where I had to redo some body work because this line's fucked up. I came over here and I redid a little bit of body work here because this fender lip is screwed up. And as I was blocking it with my block sander right here, I noticed that this line was not square, was not razor sharp, but as I was sanding it, I found Bondo under it. Do you see that? So then what I'll do, I'll come over here and I'll do the bottom of this line, and you can still see that guide coat. Looky here, there's a deep scratch. Now watch. And I still sand, and I'm still sanding it, and look. You can see Bondo on top and bottom of that line. So we're going to keep sanding the top because that's where the scratch was, is on the top. And now we have sharpened that line up, and it's ready to reprime and spot. So seriously bad. I didn't see it when I did my major body work. I didn't see that. But after I started block sanding, that's when I found the dip in it. So the real deal is if you hire somebody to do all the body work and the panel replacement on your, you got to know what's going on, and you got to know the person doing it. Because when you get your car back with a guide coat on it, that is a red flag that says they only roughed the bodywork in. It is not paint ready. I'm going to have to redo bodywork. So we had a small dent right here and over here. We're going to go in the office. We're going to finish this conversation in there. Our internet is fucked up. It's glitching. Let's get in the office and let's finish our live video out for this week. So as I walk into the office, we're probably going to lose our internet connection, and then I will hook back up. Once we hook up, we'll be in better condition. This is what I don't like about living. Okay, we should be good to go now. So let me go ahead and set this in here. Sorry about all this, guys. It's bullshit. Total bullshit. We should be hooked up now. So let me go ahead and get the camera set up, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, I'm working today. So anybody that's working on a Sunday, I mean, is there any weekends anymore? I think everybody works now. I don't think there is any weekends anymore. I think weekends are basically taken away. I finally went down. Let me go ahead and tell you this. I've been telling you this. I finally went down to, I finally went to Grand Junction and had enough money to buy all the metal to frame my pictures. And here's a couple pictures that we got. Nice, beautiful junkyard scenes. Got the old truck right here. Look at the beautiful colors in that. This one I think is pretty cool. I'm going to tell you why. It's got two different eras of trucks in there, but look at all the doors of different trucks that are just sitting there. I call this one Doors. That's the name of that picture, Doors. And then we got the old beautiful Oldsmobile with the front end on it. So anybody interested in my artwork? And this goes out to a guy named Kevin. I have not forgot about you, Kevin. I finally got the metal to frame your picture. I'll be contacting you in about a week. I'm sorry, I've been on the broke side. I couldn't afford to get any metal. And I finally went and broke down and got some. So we got a lot of pictures here to frame. A lot of pictures. And Kevin, you're going to be getting your picture very soon. So anybody interested in my friend Pete's artwork, don't hesitate to call my friend Pete. My friend Pete will be glad to sell you a picture and sign it and autograph it. And we'll get Minnie's name on there and the whole 9 yards. And it'll make your living space much more beautiful having a picture from my friend Pete. So now that we got all that clear and we're back in the shop, I'm going to go ahead and recap what we were talking about one more time. And what we were talking about is, there we go. So what we were talking about is getting ripped off by the body shop. Okay, so now someone's saying we don't have any sound. Can everybody hear me out there? Give me a comment, because I'm going to get online and see, because I got people leaving comments saying that they can't hear me talking. And okay, so Lone Wolf says we have sound. Okay, Protec Safe says I'm worth $1.99. Thank you very much, Protec. You're an awesome guy. Okay, so it's all good now. Thank you. Okay, let's get back to business here. And what a fucking clusterfuck. I'm even having a hard time. I'm having a hard time doing a live video today, which is bullshit. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's talk about getting ripped off and what kind of scams are going on. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems like everybody is ripping everybody off. It seems like everybody wants the easy way out. I'm going to chisel you and take everything I got from you, and there's nothing you can do. Bullshit. Because now we're going to talk about another subject, about getting ripped off. We're going to talk about you, the guy doing work at your house, in your garage, and make it, that's where your shop is. It's not in a professional metal building. It's not in an industrial area. It's literally on your property at your house. All right? And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you are not getting a contract from the person you're doing work to their vehicle for, if you're taking cash instead of putting money in the bank, and you're giving them a receipt on a piece of paper like this, okay, here, look. That's the receipt they're getting every time they give you money. One of these days, someone's going to sue your ass. And they're going to take everything you got, and that includes your fucking house. Okay? If you are running a business half-ass and you don't know what you're doing, you need to close your business down and go get a job at 7-Eleven. Why am I saying this? Because I'm concerned about several people out there that I talk to on the phone that are they're basically working out of their home garage, and they're not writing up legal binding, I'm going to go ahead and say contracts, I call them invoices, with detailed information on what you're doing to that vehicle. You're not making notes on the bottom that says, I am working on your car. Once you sign this contract, you agree to everything wrote in the contract or the invoice and blah, blah, blah. You are giving them a handwritten receipt like this, like you're back in 1967 or 1976, and you're taking the cash and possibly putting it in your mattress or putting half of it in the bank and going and getting money orders for the rest of it, and you are going to fuck yourself and get sued. Now, when somebody sues you, especially, I was talking to a guy on the phone, and he's working on a vehicle. I'm not going to mention names, but I'm going to use him as an example. He said that the guy has given him close to $30,000 to restore this truck. And I said, you got any receipts on that? And he said, no, I don't. You don't have one fucking receipt. You don't have any signatures from this owner. You don't have nothing. And he said, no. When he gives me money, I write him a hand receipt and give it to him. Did you know that if you don't have a signed contract that they are working on that you're working on their vehicle, he can come back and sue you and take everything you got? Everything. I'm not worried about getting sued, and I'm going to tell you why. Everything I do is legal. If you want to pay me cash, that's fine. I'm putting it in the bank anyway. I don't give a fuck about this, pay me cash and I'll cut your deals. That ain't going to happen, okay? Everything I do is on an invoice, and it has a contract at the bottom of that invoice with stipulations and verifications and other means of, you better get the message or I'm not working on your car, and, this is the way it's going to be, and if you don't like it, come get your car. Plain and simple. Now, a lot of people, they don't like that attitude, but I don't give a fuck. Now, this is the program that I use right here. Very simple program. I'm showing this to all those people out there that want to open their little businesses up and, they want to make money. So we're going to go ahead and open the invoices. You can see here's a brand new one, but we're going to go ahead and go to an older invoice. And let me find one that's got notes on it. I want to find one. Okay, here's one right here. So this is a guy named Scott Obney, and I did a Volkswagen for him, a 55 bug, but then here's everything paid. But down on the bottom here, there are notes that I make. Now this one here states any and all other work necessary to complete said above vehicle, said above job, less work listed above, delivery charges on invoice will be added according to total cost itemized. I'm just reading it quick. If you don't understand, I'll go ahead and tell you. Rust repair, metal fabrication, including welding, will be charged at a $65 an hour rate and does not include materials needed for the job. Materials will be added separately on invoice. Any and all supplies needed to finish the job complete will be added to the invoice accordingly. Owner of said above vehicle is to make payments upon request via bank transfer paid to Southwest Paint and Body. A $437 refund will be added to the invoice. Everything you do to a job has to be in writing. The owner has got to sign that contract or that invoice. The way that I get these people that are not living in this state that I am doing, I tell them once they email me back, that is an electronic signature that you are okaying me to work on your car. So when you are giving a receipt like this and say, this is what I'm going to do to your car, and the guy looks at it and says, okay, and then you go in there and print a copy of that off and he doesn't sign anything, and there's no signature of anything of his, he has every right in the world to sue you for everything you got. And if your shop is on your property where your house is, he is going to get your fucking house with it. You will be homeless. All he's got to do is get this car back that he gave you $30,000, $40,000 to do and say, I don't like this paint job. I am very depressed and upset. He has taken my money and stolen from me. I am suing him for $80,000 because that's what it's going to cost me to get this car redone. And now you're telling me, well, he's just going to go to the small claims court. No. If he's smart, and this is what he does for a living, is sue people, he will take it to the county courts. And then after that, he will go to the state. And you'll be tied up in court for years and years and years and be treated like a mass murderer over a fucking paint job on a car. I thought the Amish used verbal contracts only. A man's word is his bond. Maybe that's with the Amish people. That's not in the real fucking world. I actually had a guy, I'm going to give you a brief story on this. I had a guy come over to my shop, guy number one. Wanted a job. I gave him a job. Couple months later, guy number two shows up with a classic car that had front end damage, insurance job. I told guy number two, I don't have time to work on it. But that's all right. You don't have to do all the work. Guy number one will do all the work. I only want you to paint it because guy number one doesn't know how. I went ahead and fixed the guy's car, guy number two. He gets his car back. A month later, I get legal papers that he's suing me for $50,000 because I ruined his car. To make a long story short, guy number one was in cahoots with guy number two to diabolically put me out of business and own my shop, my business, and we're not done there, my fucking house. I had to get a lawyer. I went to court for 3 fucking years. I ended up winning in the end. I ended up winning and they owed me $10,000. Well, guess who got the $10,000? For all the fucking hassle and all the headaches and all the withdrawals and depression and anxieties, guess who got the fucking money? The fucking lawyer got the money. And you know who did all the work? Me, myself, and I. I'm the one that did the representation. I'm the one that did all the talking. I'm the one that had all the fucking detailed information and everything else. And all the lawyer did is sit at the fucking table, twiddling his thumbs and using legal words to let me fucking talk. And he's the one that got the $10,000 fucking dollars. So if you're that guy that's working in your fucking garage at home and you're shaking a hand or you're giving receipts like that every time they give you money, you better motherfucking think twice, because I'm going to tell you right now, one day soon, I don't know when, but I'm going to predict that one day you're going to get your ass sued and you're going to lose everything you have. So we just found out 2 ways that auto repair shops can fuck you in the ass, or on the other hand, you get fucked in the ass. Running a small business in today's world is not a shake a hand, make a friend business. Shaking somebody's hand is only looking at a person with greedy eyes and saying, you just shook my hand that I wiped my ass with. Now I'm going to fuck you hard and take all your money. This isn't 1964, people. This isn't 1977. This isn't 1997, for that matter. We're living in a destructive, evil, vile world where it's dog eat dog. We're almost ready. Hang on. Well, I was going to get that one out, but I got one right here. We're almost ready to start doing that right there. We're almost ready to start carrying weapons with us, and instead of shaking hands, pull it out and say, motherfucker. That's the type of life that we are living today. That's the type of life that is going on right now in the world. Nobody trusts nobody. Nobody talks to nobody. Everybody looks at everybody in an evil eye way. What are you looking at? Get the fuck out of here. Does anybody know what democracy and republic are? Does anybody know what a democracy is? A democracy is where the government runs the country. You ain't got no say-so. You're going to do what they say. And that's the way of life. That's a democracy. What word is short for democracy? Does anybody know? I don't see any answers. I don't see anybody telling me what's the short word for democracy. I don't fucking believe this. I really fucking don't. I don't believe this, okay? Our country has been run as a democracy for the last fucking since whenever Obama got in office. Whenever Obama entered the government of the United States of America is when we have been living in a democracy ever since. Obama is now running the country. I hope you know that. And if you don't think so, you're a dumbass. A democracy, short for democracy, is Democrat. And I still haven't seen anybody. Okay, socialism, demon, that's a good word. I like that one. Anthrax, yeah, they're trying to kill you. Advocating communism, yes, something like that. That's a good deal. Get off your ass. Hold on, what's this about my Baja? What's this guy saying? I have no clue, but I know your truck is going to be badass. Sell the Baja. Okay, sorry about that, guy. Okay, so democracy is what we've been living in since the era of Obama. Number one, Obama hates America. Number one, Obama wasn't even born here. I'm sorry, number two. Number three, Obama is a Muslim. Number four, the corporations are paying Obama. What is a republic? A republic is a country, and somebody already answered that, a country where we, the people, run the country. We, the people, vote everything in. It's not a democracy. Does that make sense? If you hear a Democrat talking and refers to our country of what type it is, they will say democracy. They will put that word in your head that this country is a democracy. The Democrats want to take the constitutional rights that we have and throw them in the trash. We got some clown lady running for president, and all these people believe in her. She's the best thing on earth. She's going to give me $25,000 cash when I buy a brand new house because I'm a first-time buyer. Have you noticed the interest rates went down in our democracy? That's a sales pitch for you to vote for him, dumbass. Telling you on live TV and social media, we're going to give all the first-time home buyers $25,000 cash. Yeah, let's just go to the Denver Mint and tell them to print up $6 trillion so we can put it in our bank accounts. Or better yet, give it to a fucking foreign country war. All the money that has been given to Ukraine to date, every American citizen in America can be a multi-millionaire 3 times over. Instead of me working on a fucking Sunday, filthy fucking dirty. Look at me, huh? These clowns are there for us to argue about. Don't waste your time. Yeah, you ain't bullshitting. Those clowns are there to make you stop arguing. For you to get used to it. And have the attitude of, I don't care. I can't do nothing about it. What am I going to do? That's what they want to hear. The grandfather of CIA, Stanley Donham. And home prices will go up $125,000. Exactly. So for all you first-time home buyers out there that are all excited because the interest rates went down 2 points, good fucking luck. Because the house that you're going to buy is probably owned by a corporation, and they are going to owner finance it for you. And as long as you live there, you'll never own it anyway. Because you're so stupid, you aren't reading the whole contract and having a lawyer redline it. So you don't even know the legal words. All you know is that you're buying a house owner finance. Did I mention that handshakes ain't worth a shit anymore? I think I did. Someone mentioned Sleepy Joe. That's because Sleepy Joe's out of the picture. He's down on the beach, sunbathing. He doesn't give a fuck. And I'm going to tell you again, he's not even running the country. It's fucking Obama. How many times do I got to say that? I've been saying that since this fucking bullshit has been in office, and it's been a rigged system ever since Obama got in there. You know, I'm about sick and tired of trying to wake people up. I really fucking am. Because it's not doing any good because you're not waking up. You're not waking up, you're woking up. Okay? You're not awake, you are woke. When you're woke, that means that you don't give a shit. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care about my country. I got to think about myself. I had a guy on the phone tell me, I don't give a fuck. I don't care who wins. I don't care, what happens? Well, good. I'm glad that you think that about your grandchildren and all the other generations that are growing up. I asked the guy, who are you voting for? I'm voting for Kamala. Why? Because I just don't like Trump. I don't like him. I don't like Trump, so I'm voting for Kamala. Wow. And this guy has like 8 or 9 grandchildren. Doesn't think about that. I said, well, why are you voting for her? Do you know anything about her? Not really. I'm not into politics. I don't watch them. So what we learned today, people, is we learned that a republic is United States of America, and it's turning into a democracy. And the short word for republic is Republican. I'm sorry, long word for republic is Republican. That means that a Republican is actually for you. A Republican is for the people. A Republican wants you to succeed in life and own your small business. A Democrat, which tries to fake their way through fucking being your pal and your best friend, are not for you. They are for themselves. They are for the corporations. They are for the people that you don't even know exist. And if you're so stupid that you can't see the way the cards have been laying out, is beyond my fucking imagination. I'm predicting that I don't know who the fuck's going to win. But I can tell you this. If them motherfuckers get back in office, the ones that are in there now, our country is ruined. We will be 100% democracy. 100%. I can tell you that right now. And we will never go back. You got fucking sick, vile individuals portraying themselves as the devil everywhere around the world. I was reading an article 2 nights ago. This lady got arrested. She had, I think, 6 or 7. Listen to this shit. She had 6 or 7 Great Danes in her house. Big giant dogs. You know how big Great Danes are. And they were all male dogs. Male, not females. Her neighbor wanted to know what the fuck she was doing with all these dogs because the house smelled like fucking shit. You could smell it a block away. The house was filthy dirty. The yard, overgrown grass, dog shit everywhere. Animal control was being called on her 900 times. And all these dogs are in the house with her. He decided he was going to get his phone out and do a little peeping Tomming on the house. Do you know what he caught on camera? This is how disgusting and vile of what type of world we live in now. Do you know what was caught on camera? I'm going to look at the comments and I want to see if anybody can figure out what this guy caught on camera. I don't see any answers. I don't see nothing. Nobody knows what was caught on camera. Okay, Robbie's pretty close. I'll go ahead and say it. Bestiality. He didn't spell it right. She was having sex with all of these giant, mortified, overgrown dogs. And her house was worse than the worst hoarder house you ever seen in your life. The guy went straight to the police station and showed him the videos. They set up a sting operation. A week later, she was arrested for animal cruelty and all kinds of other crap, bestiality. She got a 12-year sentence in the state penitentiary. I think it was in some southern fucking state, Georgia or South Carolina, wherever the fuck it was. She got 12 years in the state penitentiary. And now the alphabet soup community is furious. Furious! Because this bestiality, mortified piece of shit went to prison for having sex with dogs. The LBGTQ AB 9743 QYZABL is so fucking furious that they're ready to get their machine guns out and start killing people over it. Do you see what kind of world we fucking live in? The closet doors have been kicked open. The cockroaches are on the streets. The rats are infesting your privacy. I got to get back to work. Don Lay says that's one sick lady. Well, let me tell you this, Don. There's more than one of them out there, pal. More than fucking one of them. She just happened to get caught. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. I came on here talking about watching your ass and being safe out there when you have your own small little business, and watching your ass when you actually hire a business to do some work for you. And it turned out to be a disgusting, vile ending that I'm not proud of talking about. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. We're going to end this. I got to get back to work. Manny the Body Shop girl went to New York City last week. She's been driving since last Tuesday. She's supposed to be home today. She went up there delivering auto parts, rust-free auto parts. So everybody say a prayer for my lovely wife, Minnie the Body Shop girl, that she makes it home on the very last stretch that she's got with no accidents or incidents. And then I want you to find a picture of that guy right there. And I want you to say a prayer for yourself. I want you to ask that guy for all the help that he can give you in the world, because you're going to need it. Because that is the only person that's going to get you out of the hell that we're living in now. Everybody's saying, make America great again. They're wrong. That is a false statement, because the only way the world is going to be great again is with that guy right there, Jesus Christ. We need to make Jesus great again. We need to make God great again. The wrath of God has got to come down and do what it's supposed to do to put the fire of hell out. And until you realize that, we're all fucked, buddy. Fucked in the ass because you don't believe. My friend Pete, your friend Pete, I got to go.